Okay, school bus fans, here we are in Galveston. I hope the wind noise isn't too obtrusive. Here we have a 2000 model International 3800 Bluebird school bus, 12 window, 71 passenger rated. If anybody wonders why it's 71 passenger, it's one of the back seats is smaller to have better access for the emergency door. Has the 7.3 liter T444E, same platform as the Ford Power Strokes of the 90s to early 2000s. A pretty solid diesel engine. Have been a zillion of them made. Pickup applications, school bus, box trucks. I think they were rated, a couple years, they were rated for use in truck tractors, as in 18-wheelers. I think they were rated up to 52,000 or 62,000 pounds of gross vehicle weight. They are a pretty solid engine. Only thing that goes wrong with them, in my experience, has been the injectors and the injector wiring harness. Other than that, they are pretty bulletproof, usually good for 250, 300,000 miles, depending on the maintenance. If you're pulling trailers, they will wear out faster. If it's just the standard work truck, pickup truck, they can easily go 400,000 or 500,000 miles. Injectors do wear out over time. I mean, after several million injector pulses and firings with several moving parts, something's got to give. But the injectors are, for the most part, pretty impressive and long-lasting. Oil quality is very important to their longevity. This one's rated at 210 horsepower. It does not appear to be governed. A lot of them are governed at 2,600 RPM, or school buses in Texas aren't supposed to go more than 55 on a divided highway. So some Texas school buses are indeed governed at 55. Exactly how they do it in the ECM, I don't know. I've never tried to disable it. This bus is very straight. It's from a Houston area school district, 22 years old, but no rust to speak of at all. Well, superficial. I have reworked the exhaust system. It did have a rear bumper crunch, and I wound up taking some of the trims and I put them on some other buses. This is my last bus for the season. I'm going down to Belize for the winter, so I have not blacked out the flashing lights nor the painted over or scraped off the school bus. It did have a little sheet metal damage here. I'm in the process of fixing that. If somebody wants to fix it, I'll give a little discount. Tires are not anything to write home about. They'll get you home, but I wouldn't expect to get a lot of life out of them. The differential, the axle appears to be newer. I'm not sure if they maybe replaced the pinion bearing, or maybe the wheel bearings, or maybe the whole thing grenaded in the past. And but it does look like the axle is newer. Differential oil is very clean. Magnet had only tiny filings on a little bit of sludge. Virtually nothing. These axles are rated, I think, for either 9.5 or 10 tons. This bus weighs, with the seats out, except for the front two, they weigh about 15,800 pounds. The title from Texas registration shows the weight at 20,800, which is not completely accurate, but all the buses from that school district seem to have that weight, and it does save you a lot of money. The tags are only $208 a year, which is not bad. Transmission does have a reman sticker on it, like almost all of them do. Allison 545s just are not really long-lived. Can't explain exactly why, but stop and go traffic. A lot of the bus drivers tromp on it pretty hard. The batteries are very good shape. I have it full of junk right now. I'm a little embarrassed to show it. There's a mattress, there's a fridge, there's a sofa, there's ice chests, there's boxes of junk. I'm probably going to dismount these front end mirrors. Hard for me to get in and out of my lot. It still has 14 seats in it. So just the rear, I forget how many that was, but the back of the bus seats were removed to accommodate a mattress and a sofa I had. Does have the armored diesel tank, beefy rectangular steel tubing. Runs down the road very smooth, very tight. Does not have any issues on the road. There's my greasy finger stains. Uh-oh, there's the city of Galveston. Does have good hood springs, so it's easy to open and close. Bendix air pump charges well. System holds pretty well. Oh, it's between the middle full and add there. Transmission fluid has 15 quarts of nice new cherry red. Yeah, so clean you can't see it, quite frankly. Does have a new Baldwin transmission spin-on filter. I did not drop the pan. Some Allison experts say don't bother dropping the pan and trying to clean the internal screen, not worth the trouble. Does have the very simple, tried and true Garrett turbocharger, which is pretty much idiot proof. One moving part and a bearing, or a couple bearings, nothing to go wrong. Windshield has a couple of little chips, but nothing traveling. Mirrors all in good shape. Sheet metal is all very straight. All the windows are good. Does have splash guards on the hood here, both sides. Normally, this hose right here, because it's in the splash zone, that crimp tends to corrode, and then it will have a little seep, but then the oil will prevent any further corrosion. So almost all of the 3800s I've ever owned have had a lot of wetness down there on the leaf spring. Shocks look newer. Not new, but newer. All the pipage is in good shape. All the clamps are good. No issues. Everything has been greased. This nipple is dented, so I took that one out and then put another one in to grease it, and then I put it back in. I couldn't find all of my grease nipples were the different size, and I can't find my box full of them. Got a 2-stage air filter, as in there's an outer and an inner, so the engine gets very clean air. I wish I had my clear hose. Yeah, maybe I'll take a picture. No surprises there. Here's the ECM. Engine oil might be a little low. I think I only put in like 16 or 17. Anyway, it is not contaminated. Nothing is contaminated. You don't want to see milky oil. That will spell doom for almost any diesel engine. Front tires are pretty good. The rears, not so hot. Again, can get you home, but I wouldn't travel too far with them, but probably get a few thousand or a few trips out of them. I will throw in, where is that ream and tag? It's under there. I'm positive that one had one. I will throw in a Texas inspection so you won't have any problem with a sticker. I don't have insurance on it right now, so I can't get a inspection on it to get tags. Keep in mind that these buses are pretty much unchanged for the last 30 years almost. Same frame, same springs, same wheels, same axles, same shocks, same rear ends, same U-joints. Transmissions have changed. The basic platform is almost unchanged. Only real change in the last 15 years has been emission controls, diesel emission controls, and the borderline disastrous consequences. Here's the fuel bowl with filter, very easy to change. One item with these engines, you can get a good Motorcraft oil filter for about 12 bucks, usually at AutoZone. Baldwin spin-on transmission is only about 10 bucks, good filter. as far as this bus as opposed to a newer bus, it's really a toss-up. Only thing you need to worry about with an older bus normally is rust. It looks like I put a lot of grease through that sucker. Rust and an older bus. If you can find an older bus pre-emissions with little or minimal rust, go for it. The other thing I can't emphasize enough, the dog-nose bus is not particularly efficient as far as usable space compared to a flat nose. You lose about 8 feet from bumper to the back of the driver's seat. So this one is 36 feet and change, minus 8, so around 29 feet behind the driver's seat. But you can sit on this tire and you can just comfortably change your alternator, change your belts, your idlers, your water pump, your high pressure pump, oil pump, your fuel bowls, your turbocharger. All of your fuel injectors are accessible. With a cutaway van like the Econoline or E450 shuttle van Savannah, man, to get access to a lot of those parts is a nightmare. So keep that in mind when you're looking at a possible fixer-upper. Access is really nice to have, and a dog nose is far superior over a flat nose, a rear engine, or a cutaway especially. Again, no surprises with this bus. Needs a good rub down. It's got oxidized paint. But nothing to stand in the way of getting out and traveling around, big enough that you can live in it with a couple other people and not be laying on top of each other inadvertently. As far as rust, just look at the spring hangers, the frame. When you get a rust belt bus, when that starts to corrode, you're pretty much looking at scrapping it almost. U-joints are solid, very little slop on the drivetrain. I've shot temperatures on the U-joints, the wheel bearings, the pinion, the air pump, the idler wheels, the exhaust manifolds. Nothing runs too hot or too cold. And I'm a little embarrassed about my tailpipe extension there, but it's working. This one is a little bit cold-blooded in the morning sometimes. But it clears up pretty fast. All right, oh shoot, we're at almost 20 minutes. All right, well, I've got a fast internet connection from a friend of mine, so I'm going to lay the phone down momentarily. Or maybe not. I'm afraid I might lose my... Bear with me. Oh shoot, I need to think about phone memory at this point. Alright, let's go for a little spin. I'm not sure how much fuel I have. Alright, I'm just going to give you a short... Oh! Okay, I'm embarrassed. Alright, gauge is exercising. There you can see 189. It's got an overactive beeper. So the air has been holding for over 20 minutes. Let's see here. Can I buckle my seatbelt? Let me give it another try. Oh. I have yet to clean out all the extra wiring from the school district accessories. Alright, push the brake to go forward. You can see the charging system is good. Idle oil pressure is good. Got a nice turbo whistle. Feels very, I can't say light, but it feels kind of agile. The steering is really light. Feels tighter than some of the other big buses that I've had. Alright, so we got oncoming traffic. I don't want to piss them off, make them do a lane change. These things are big hogs as far as turning radius, so keep that in mind. Very smooth, track's very straight. No hand on or one finger on the wheel. Very easy to drive. Biggest problem you'll have with a full-size bus is the parking lots. Convenience store parking lots and gas pumps. You gotta pick your routes a little better. But other than that, it's not that much different than a shorter bus. The beauty of these is you do have a lot of room. If you got a lot of stuff, you got a place for it. If you got a lot of people, you got a place for it. Yeah, what else? Yeah, so all you schoolie builders, I recommend don't try to go full bore on your first schoolie build, ripping down all your roof panels and tearing the sides out and raising the roof. Just throw in some cabinets or build some rudimentary stuff. Go enjoy yourself for a little bit first. A lot of people get tired of it after 6 months or a year, and they've invested their whole life into a schoolie build, and then you can't get your money back out of it. So up to highway speed. Very smooth. I think the firewall insulation is intact in this one. There's 55 miles an hour. Very smooth. Got a lot of throttle left. Brakes are very strong. They do not pull right or left. Steering is very quiet. Normally they all groan. Most of the older buses, even newer buses, the steering systems will groan at low speed. Power steering pump. Keep in mind these are built on a medium duty truck chassis, not like a pickup truck chassis. These are much, much stronger than the Savannah type, or GMC, or the cab cutaway, or Econoline. Everything pretty much works. Horn, wipers, blinkers, lights. Does have daytime running lights. Very smooth.